the plan of serial liar Republican Congressman George Santos, and why on earth he decided to create a whole character and then run as that character, knowing he had to know that all these lies would get exposed, right? And then getting in Congress, what was all of this for? Well, it seems like we have an answer. Maybe this is one of the reasons that he so clumsily went about creating this false, dishonest character of himself to get into office. His roommate has been speaking out against him and revealed this. Take a look.
He never went by George, never went by Santos. I knew him as, Anthony DeVolder from Jackson Heights, Queens.
Maury befriended the outgoing young man, even moving in with him for a few months in New York City.
He was a very interesting person. We hit it off right away.
He says Santos told him he had his sights set on Congress.
He told me once that if I can get elected to Congress for just one term, I will be set with a pension and health care for the rest of my life.
I'll be set with a pension and health care for the rest of my life. So that didn't sound right to me, so I looked into it, and you don't get those things after one term in Congress. You do have to serve for a certain number of years, and that's beyond the 2 years that one congressional term is comprised of to qualify for benefits. And so this is all born out of a misconception, but on George Santos's part. But let's take the former roommate's word and assume he's telling the truth. We can't know for sure, but let's assume that he is, and do a little bit of a thought experiment, because this is what came into my mind when I initially came across this story. Imagine if George Santos was sitting around one day and someone told him, or he thought that he knew, that after one congressional term, you get a pension and free healthcare. And he thought, I want those things. And as a deeply immoral and dishonest person, I'm going to do anything, tell every lie to get there. Now, to be clear, in case you're wondering this doesn't make it better. I think it actually makes it worse. And this doesn't take away the fact that he also has to have a deep issue, like where he needs to lie all the time, or chooses to lie all the time, right? It's just constant. So that's not different. And his immorality is not different. But maybe this was the goal. Because from a logical point of view, even if you're really self-interested and dishonest and a pathological liar, it still didn't make sense to my brain that he went about it the way that he did. He set up lies that were so easy to expose and some contradictory to get to Congress. So if it was a self-interested attempt to get to power, you're going to lose that really quick because of the way that you got there. And if it was for fame, now your fame is just completely wrapped up in how horrible of a person you are. And so that didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Now, maybe he's just one of those people who wants fame of any kind, and this was his way to do it. Or he actually thought he could get into Congress, hold power, this wouldn't take him down, he could win re-election. I don't know what's going on, but one of the explanations could be, and again, this might actually be worse, he might have gone, I'm just going to barely get in, I'm going to get elected, maybe the story will get exposed, but hopefully after my election, and then I'm going to get those benefits and I'll be out, which is a huge scam, a historic scam, and shows, we don't know if that's the truth of the situation, but any of these situations shows how deeply immoral and awful of a person George Santos is. Let me know what you think in the comments if you're watching on YouTube. Producer Ben's really good about reading every single comment, unless it's one of those videos that has thousands upon thousands, but most of them he's able to read every comment and is constantly sending me ones that he found interesting or particularly nice or particularly not nice. And so we love doing that. Throw it down in the comment section.